You'll never become a successful content creator or travel influencer, and here's why. All right, maybe not you specifically, but most people who try to become paid successful creators fail. And today I'm going to explain a little bit about that and what you can do to find success if you're willing to put the work in. Hey, I'm Amy. If you're new here, I make content online on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube, and this is how I make a living. I have different streams of income, and I've talked about that on my channel, so you can check out other videos if you're interested. But today I have a tough love video that I thought you might find helpful. When it comes to creating content, most people are not going to find success overnight. You're not going to be the next Alex Earl. You're not going to just blow up suddenly and have a lot of people watching your content. That's just usually not how it works. I think a lot of us have that thought that it could be you. And yeah, of course it's going to happen to some people, but that's kind of like the odds of winning the lottery. So you have to be willing to work really hard, work all the time, and put in a lot of practice to get to where you want to be. And you're not going to get paid for a while. In most cases, you have to be willing to chug along and be consistent with the content you're putting out. So the reason I'm actually making this video to begin with was sparked from a friend reaching out to me and asking me if the girl he's seeing can actually contact me and ask me a couple questions about what I do for work and how I'm running these group trips that I run and how I'm making money through travel content. And it just got me thinking that there's so many people out there asking for help and wanting to have these questions answered, but are they really going to put in the effort and do the things that need to be done to achieve these goals? I think a lot of the time people have these dreams and they think it's just going to happen and you're not going to have to do that much work to get there, but that's simply not true. The only reason I have found success as a creator is because I've been consistent. I've been relentless, and I have put in so much time and effort into content on various platforms. I've tested different methods. I have gone all in, and I'm still not even as successful as I could be. I still have lots of goals I want to reach and achieve, but I just feel like so many people are just hoping a good opportunity will fall in their lap, and that's where they go wrong. Even for someone like me who has an audience of over 100,000 on all my platforms, I don't have brands reaching out to me every single month. I actually haven't been having many brands reach out to me recently, so I've had to do a lot more outreach and I've had to pitch myself. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't even think about or talk about much, is how much time you're going to have to put into reaching out to different companies, making a list of who you want to work with, finding their contact information, actually sending them an email, following up with them, which is so important, and doing this regularly. It can be pretty exhausting, I'm not gonna lie. It's not glamorous. It's not what you think of when you think of being an influencer or being a content creator. But if you're not doing that, you're not gonna be earning money some months. Sometimes I don't have any brands come to me in a month. Sometimes I have tons and I'm making over 5 figures that month. I'm making like 10K plus. But it really depends on what you're doing and how much effort you're putting in. I just think it's so important. You have to let that sink in. Like, are you really willing to put in that much time, that much effort, and create content for, say, a year before you get a paid brand deal or you get any sort of sponsorship or see any return on your investment? Because for me, it took me over a year to get this YouTube channel monetized. It still isn't very big. I'm now monetized though, which is great. And I am still testing out my content to see what you guys like to see on here, what performs better, and how I can really just give my audience what they want to see and what they can benefit from. So that's why I'm putting out new videos now. I'm doing 2 videos a week in this style where I'm just kind of chatting to you about topics I think you might be interested in, things that I'm interested in personally, and seeing how I can mesh the two together and just help you guys out when you're trying to travel more or just create content, find a way to work remotely and see more of the world. One major thing that's really helped me while trying to reach my goals right now as a creator, and specifically with YouTube, with my blog, and a few different personal goals I have, is following the 12-week year. I'm going to leave the book right here for you guys to check out. It's called The 12-Week Year, and it essentially helps you break down your regular year into 4 separate years. That means that you are every single week planning out your week. You're planning out your day ahead of time and planning out the 12-week year so that you are reaching all of your goals as soon as you can, getting more done, And this has honestly changed so much for me already. I feel like it's just got me on the right track. I'm only in my first 12-week year, a couple weeks in right now, and I've seen so much happen, like way more than I thought I could get done is getting done. For example, the group trip I am hosting in Greece in July, I'm gonna launch it this week. By the time we are watching this video, it will be launched. So go check it out. I will leave the link in the description if you want to join me and 5 other girls on this group trip to Crete. It's going to be amazing, but I'll just leave it linked below if you want to check it out. And besides that, I've been working on my blog. I've been doing more YouTube videos. So it is a good way if you want to get things done. Highly recommend you check out that book. You also really have to be willing to see what's going on with content on social media and how things are changing. Right now, people really want to see authenticity. They want to see people showing up as themselves, also providing a lot of value, of course. I feel like that's kind of been a given for a while, but you have to be willing to mix it up, see what works, what doesn't work, try new things, and just kind of go with it. I'm trying to show up as myself all the time and be authentic and help you guys in a way that feels authentic to me. But yeah, it just takes practice. So you have to really be willing to sit down there in the front of the camera, make a bunch of mistakes, make a fool of yourself, get awkward, just feel all of those feelings that are uncomfortable, because it's going to be cringy at first. It's going to feel cringy even if no one's there watching you, even when you have 1 or 2 people watching your videos. So you need that practice to get to where you want to go if you want to be successful. And I think a lot of people just give up before they actually see any sort of results because they can't deal with the awkwardness. But once you push past that, I'm telling you, it is so worth it. And my channels are not perfect by any means. I'm not like a complete expert at all. I'm still trying to grow this YouTube channel. And my TikTok, for example, has been at 90K for like a year with no growth. A lot of people would kind of give up at this point, but I am just trying to push through and create different content, see what works, what doesn't, get like unshadow banned so my content is visible. I'm doing whatever is possible. And with my Instagram account, I had over probably 27,000 at one point followers. Now I have like 22K. So it's dropped after a couple of viral videos, like lost traction and people forgot who I was. But instead of letting that get me down, I started a new account for my group trips, and that's at almost 8,000 followers within less than a year. So if you are willing to try to post regularly, to test out different things, that's all you have to do. You have to like give yourself a time period, give yourself at least 6 months, at least a year, and go all in. If you're not willing to do that, it's probably not going to happen. If you're not really putting in that much effort, you will not get to see those results as quickly as you want to, and you're going to probably give up before you see what you want to see. So this is kind of like a little rant about what you need to do if you want to find success on different social media platforms. Let me know if you found it helpful. If you have any questions in particular for me, leave it in the comments section. And yeah, I'm going to be here twice a week from now on. So let me know what topics you are most interested in and want to see from me here on this channel. And thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.